Good morning, Sam Tolbert from Sound of Joy Music Lab, and this is another Saturday morning warm up. I'm going to be in D major. There's a lot of conversation going around the Charlie Pew chords for the national anthem in the key of D major, and I often try to demystify chords that seem to try to find the correct word. I always try to find the correct wording to when I'm giving a philosophical view of the excitement that people are exclaiming that this was the best set of chords. They brought the church to uh, sound to the national anthem, and I once I listened to it, I said, "Yeah, I've been using those chords since 1980 and 1985 in all the songs that came out during that period." So I'm going to go stay in the key of D major this time. I haven't touched the keyboard yet. I just turned everything on. Please excuse my side. I'm not in my normal studio. This is Studio B, but it works for early morning. Key of D major again. I'm a scale first musician. In other words, the scales give me the potential to select any note to invoke around a melody. So D major, and I always will start in the low end of the keyboard and get that bottom note. Now I'm going to be adjusting my keyboard sound to make sure that it's not overbearing and checking my microphone sound. So when I listen to the song and his first opening chords, and I already did a video for my Patreon members that you see at patreon.com, Samuel Tolbert. That's where you can come and for a subscription, yes, the subscription was very reasonable, get access to everything that I learned in the past, present, and what's coming out in the future, and you can download and create your own reference library. So that's my plug for my patreon.com, Samuel Tolbert. So the opening chord, the minute I heard the opening chord and the run he did, I'm like, okay, I do that in all of my gospel, but I know I stretch it out. And of course, he threw that, what they will call the flat six, which is a B flat chord. And that's where that scale or that opening chord is actually designed from, which is an R&B chord. Now, I didn't have to look at his hands or look at sheet music or someone else's reference to figure that out, because again, I was doing that in the 80s. Let me see. If you like the cartoons as I did, the Black Panther. Let me see. Uh, hmm, that's where it comes from. Actually, so it wasn't eye catching to me. It was like, okay, nice opening, and resolve it at the five and one to the five. So these are what I like to call baseline chords, the block chords, the chords that establish where the melody is going to uh, sit or be carried upon. Just basic chords. A different way of getting there. Those are the Richard Smallwood chords to the I Love the Lord chords. So when I see other content creators marvel over, wow, look at those chords that they're just, you know, the Berkeley sound. I'm like, okay. And this is how I practice. I take the basics, not just in the scale I'm going to be in, but from a song that I see that they're taking notes from, and I go, okay, let me expand on it. I could go here. That would have been another approach that I potentially would have used. So the beginning of the song, I would have gone here. Now this is my turn. That's the chords. If I were in a writing session, I would have said, you know what, don't go. That's the safe path. Go down the 1, 7, 6. I would have gone, what is it, 7, 3, 6. Because you're going to get to the 6 anyway. Again, and I always say I don't teach the number system, but I talk to it for those who still rely on it. I never have, but I've been educated to know that a lot of musicians were their first introduction to music was through the number system concept. Mine was through scales, melodies, chords, progressions, passing tones from jazz tunes, from classic show tunes. So that's how I formulated my appreciation for how music is constructed. So my path. Melody and the bottom boy bass. Now I can go with the F sharp or the notes. Pick one that's gonna sound. B minor. Now we know I'm going to the 2, which is going to be a E. I could do a straight E, or put the 7th on there. That's the jazz sound. Or there's your tritone to the 5. Now I can stay and do a G over the 5, or now if he had did that, I would have been like, ooh. But again, I know those songs in that setting, they're actually timed, so you can't go improv. You got to stay with timing. What so proudly? A walk up. Now that is back in the 80s, I was doing that. On the 6th, but with a 1, 2, 3, 4 flat sharp 4 to the 5. Now here you have so many different paths you could take to get to the next chord. You can go Smallwood. That's the Smallwood turn. Now, if he had did the Smallwood turn right there, I would have been like, ooh. And go right back to where you started. This is what goes on in my head, even when I'm asleep. I believe last night I was dreaming I was playing in my home church for a Women's Day service, and I had a choir full of women singing a song that I've never heard of before, and I was on the Hammond organ, and I'm like, okay, why am I dreaming this? I'm retired. I don't have to do this anymore. So when I'm listening to another musician's rendition of chords that I've basically still use in spurts, I'm like, okay, why wouldn't you have gone this direction? Because it would have giving it a different way for those chords to land. So where did we stop? at the twilight's last screaming. Now you can see my melody is always going to be permanent in the song. Why? Because this gives me a path to say, well, what chords can I select to support that melody versus the 4, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1, and go back to that flat 6, 5, and right back to, now you can go down, and even on that path down, if you want to go there we go. This is jazz, a 6 chord. There it is. And go back to the straight F sharp, to the B minor. And again, this song was written in the circle of fifths. That is the circle of fifths, going right down the scale, and you're going to find that that's all those chords are available to you if you decide to use them. What so proudly we hail, bum bum. What so proudly, we can go with a 1. We hail. Now, yes, those are the basic chords. What you were looking for is a landing spot for the melody. What's right down the scales. So many potential paths, but the easiest way is always to go with where you're comfortable before you start to, as I say, add more seasoning. Now, here's the next chord that everybody got so demystified. And the Rockets. Diminished chord. Now, that's the chord I would have used, but he went as the rock. I would have put that diminished chord to get that more tension. Bursting in air. Now, again, 1980s chords for me. I'm like, oh, okay. Then you're going to switch. Scale. They go back to G, and the flag was circle of fifths. We're going to the E. 5. So I can borrow a chord. Now if he went there, so chords, patterns, runs, all built off of the scales. Let me see, what did I stop off? And the Rockets. all these. I'm running these through my head, and then I'm going to the keyboard, finding out where those notes are located, and then developing a chord topology. And by topology, how can I make them all fit? And if you know about the key of G, that's where I'm going. And the rockets, red glare, and whatever don't work, that's what I omit. So I'm running through chord changes that I would do in G to get to this point. And G, E minor is the same notes as, so I can borrow. Small with changes. So I borrow. Okay, gotta remember now I'm in D major, so now I'm throwing chords in from a whole subset, but again in D rather, G is in it, which means I can go to G and C. Can I borrow some of your chord changes? Go back to D, but I'm now going outside. And no, I lost my place now. That's why, to me, melody and the scales are so important. If I get lost, I can always go back home, which is the home chords. Go outside. There it is. A little jazz in there. So now go back to the song. And the rockets, red glare. I can't sing, but I have a very relative pitch. I can hear the notes that are correct. I just can't audibly sing it. The bumper is in there. Now look at this chord. What's in this chord? How is this chord structured? There's a loud note. There's our tritone. What scale would this chord be found in? Well, we got to look at it. Look at the notes that are in there. What scale would have a B flat in it? And these notes? Well, F major. Rockets regular, the bomb bursting in there. The bomb bursting in air. This is the passing tone to get us to where? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the B. Now that's not the chord he used. Let me see. I'm trying to remember the chord. Again, I can memorize chords that I haven't played before. Was it a diminished chord? D rather A. That's not the chord he used. I have to go back and listen to it, which I'm not going to do. This is what I call the way that I warm up my ears before I start creating videos. So in the 5. Ba, ba, ba. Okay. What they call the Disney effect. F, E flat, F, E flat, F, E flat, F, E flat. And resolve. Say, does, that, oh. That's the chord he used, which they were saying, again, I look at all the comments on YouTube talking about those chords, and people's comments saying, oh, it sounds like he's using Disney chords. Yes, he is. If you know the song, what is it? Dum, bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum. There it is. Yeah, one day my prince will come. Okay. Again, one note. And it's just a leading tone. But if he had did this chord, let me see. If he had did this chord, I would have gotten up out of my chair. Let me see. 2-5-1. Again, 2-5-1 in the key of E major. 2-5-1. Then to the minor. If he went here, take us to church or with that diminished chord. But he did do the gospel walk up. Let me see. 2-5-1, 2-5. Minor. Again, in my head, I hear the changes that I could possibly have chosen. Generally, when I play a song that is familiar to me, I'll have 5 chords for every melody that I can pick from in my head first, from practicing them, and then I go, as I'm playing, this is live, I'm playing live, I'm going, well, gee, what would sound nice? I'll play it through my head first, and I'll go, maybe, or do I want to do, you see, B flat or C? Listen. There it is. Now, if he had went that way, I would have been like, yeah, go on, take us to church. But there it is. Gotta hear the changes. We're in the 5. Or land, oh, for the land of the chord do I want to? I'm hearing the chord in my head that I want to do. Oh, I hear the chord in my head. It's an chord that I use all the time. It could be there, or no. That's the chord I use. Or and. This is the gospel walk up. Or the small would turn. Again, everybody borrows chords. Again, I'm in the key of D major, but these chords can be used in any key once you know the scale of where the chords are coming from. From the key of F. And again, cutting it down to the very basics chords. Now that would have taken us to church if he, again, because these things are timed, sometimes you just got to go basic. Then the home, the 5, but with a 1 chord. This is why I have my, I'm hesitant about learning the number system fully, because I mean, here's a 5 but a 1 chord. How do you know that that's the chord you want in the 1? Because it could be a 1 or it could be a 5. What's in this chord? You've got the 1 and you've got an element of the 5 at the top and the bottom. But look at all these chords that you can pick from. Pick the one that's going to fit. This is and the home. And the home. We came from and the home of the. Now, again, you can go the traditional flat to 6, which is the B flat, which is where everything started from. Flat 7, and then resolve on the 1. But again, what I look for is from a musician who loves to create tension. I would have stayed right there. And it was a run. But again, I didn't get the gig. Or we could have gone to an E flat and resolved down to the D major. So let me see. Nice jazz feel. And maybe end on the D, on the E rather. What goes on in my head? That's what goes on in my head, sometimes 24/7. When I sit down to a piano or an organ or an instrument that I can make a sound where I can get out what's in my head and I can go reaching for it, it is because I take the time, number one, to discipline my mind, to accept the fact that I only have 10 fingers, but I can use my thumb to stretch to more notes if necessary, and I get to pick and choose based upon the palette that I have trained my mind to accept. Sam Tolbert, Sound of Joy Music Lab, thanks for spending this warm-up session with me. See you on the next video. Take care.